Hey, what's up, boys? And Scribble here. Nice to see you guys. Today I want to talk about blocking your base as undead. I feel like it's something that's really important, especially against orc, I'd say, and maybe against like undead sometimes most of the time. But generally speaking, it's more something they use against the Blade Master and the Farseer. So let's just jump right into it. So the way you block your base with undead is a little bit different when. Like as how you block your base with elf or human. For example, okay, with human, the way you would block normally is you make your altar here, and then you make a farm here, right? And then you would make, let's say, your crypt, like your barrack, and then you make another farm, right? And then what I would do is, let's say you're playing Blade Master or Demon Hunter, and you would try to penetrate that human base. Then you basically be stuck here, right? Like you couldn't enter here. The thing is that undead building is a bit different, in the terms that even if you build them, you know, as close as you can to the main building, this is going to be plenty of space for a hero to sneak in. God knows why it works like that, but I don't know, man. I guess Blizzard wanted us to a little bit tougher than other races, right? It's the same with Night Elf too, you know? You have like Ancient of War here, you'd have like a Moonwell here, another Moonwell, and then your altar, and then, you know, that's it, right? With Undead, however, it's so much more different, and I'm going to show you guys, you know, how you usually want to block your base. So why do you block your base, first of all? Well, you block your base because our economy is very vulnerable in a sense that our acolytes I just have no way to hide, right? You know, like orc, for example, they have like peons, they can hide in burrows. Human have like militia, then you can just like put their peasant into a militia form and just run away, which is not the best way, but anyway, like this is what we're talking about here. And then wisps, they can hide into a gold mine, like untargetable wisp, and basically you have you can just like detonate, right? So at least you don't give XP to your opponent. With Undead, it's a bit different though. Like acolytes are just like super vulnerable, and you can just like kill them whenever you want to. So how you would block your base with Undead usually is you'd have like a graveyard next to the lumber. Highly recommend either a graveyard or a shop or an altar or maybe a slaughterhouse, but usually don't make a crypt. Like don't make a crypt right here, like in the back of your base. It's really bad because your unit can just get stuck. You know, later on you have to set a rally, and if you end up fucking up your rally, then you know your unit's gonna get stuck behind your zig and your buildings. And it's just like a pain in the ass, honestly. So I highly recommend like honestly I'd say like the best way to build like an entire rafts would be like this. You see how like altar over here, like a center of the base. You have your graveyard here, close to the wood, because you want to have your graveyard close to the lumber, you know. So when your goal is doing lumber, basically she doesn't have to do much traveling. Yes, I just assume the goal's gender, deal with it. And then you make like your Z right here, pretty much. And a shop here, right? What it does is, imagine you have a Blade Master, and you're like teching, right? So good orcs, what they'll do is they'll try to harass you as you're teching, because you cannot make acolytes when you're teching, right? So you're very vulnerable to any sort of like damage to your economy. So you can sneak in. A Farseer wolf will be able to sneak behind, but a ground will not be able to. So against Farseer, you know, it's not like that useful, but you know, it's still better than nothing. And just make sure that your users are like close to each other, and then you have like your buildings over here. Because what's going to happen is that if you build your zig like too far from each other, let's say you make your zig like one square. I'll just show you guys, honestly. It's gonna be much more simple. So what I'm going to show you guys is like, you really need to look at the square as when you're building zigs. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're building your ziggurat next to your graveyard, you want to make sure that you are as close as possible. So now let's look at it right now, for example, okay? Like now you see there's like a red square, right? So it means that I cannot build. You know, I'm trying to build right now, it doesn't work. So what you're just going to have like one more line of square underneath it, and then boom, you can build it. If you make it another square, like 2 square above the graveyard, it looks like it's blocked, right? Like honestly, most of the people would think it's blocked. Like I would think that too, but then oh, you just sneaking, right? So it's really easy like to fuck up. So maybe it's worth practicing in CGs to build like your proper base. So actually build like that. When you have two zig next to each other, you are allowed to have one line of square under the zig. So the way I just build is like this, right? As close to each other as possible. But you don't have to. You can just do this. Oh, one more square above me. So I'm trying to see. Oh, I can, right? So you're allowed to have like one more line of square above your zig. And then for shop, you just make it like a little bit further, and then you know it's still blocked in the end. As far as like ghouls go, ghouls are honestly like the biggest douchebag units that like they're literally out there to fuck you up. So late game, you know, when you're harvesting lumber with your ghouls are always like the way the AI works with ghouls is that they're always gonna try to make like holes for your heroes to like go in the back of your base. So they're always looking to open like the base pretty much. So what you do is like once in a while make sure that your ghouls get microed into a line of trees that is far away from your graveyard, because if the ghouls just caught those two trees right there, you're done. You know, the base is going to be open, and then the Blade Master will be able to sneak in. If that happens, it's okay. Like what you can do is you can just like make a zig over here, and then it's going to be blocked. Yes, this is blocked 100%. So just make sure that, you know, if you're playing a ghoul build, you're going to have a lot of ghouls, so the lumber is going to go down fast. Just make sure that you're checking on your ghouls once in a while, because they're going to make an open base. You know, that's how the AI works pretty much. So I hope that was useful. I feel like it's a subject that's not talked enough. Honestly, against Night Elf, I don't think it's something that you should really like think too much about blocking your base. Against human, you don't want to block your base. You usually want to make an open base, because human usually takes zeppelins and they drop into your gold mine. And then now, joke's on you, you're the one being blocked in your own base. So they're going to turn that against you. Let's say like worst case scenario, you know, Orc take a zeppelin and drop into your gold mine. You can just like unsummon a zig when you TP in the back. It's not very too common, and I don't think you should really too much about that. Against Undead, you don't want to have too much of a close base either, even though you can. You know, Undead usually when they harass you with ghouls and skeleton. So even if you block your base like that, skeleton can still sneak in, right, on the side. So you know, there's no way to block entirely a skeleton and the ghouls from extending to you or to your base. So I hope that was useful. If you like the video, please thumb it up. If you don't like it, thumb it down. Let me know when you see next. I'm planning on doing a lot of tutorials this week, so you know, if you have any idea, please shoot me any ideas, man. I've been trying to look for new stuff, so any feedback is super appreciated. I love you guys. I stream every day on Twitch if you guys want to check me out. I play a lot of Undead solo games, so you guys have a good one. Peace. Stay awesome, guys. Much love.